Cursed by the old gods in Bethany, we are 5 immortals doomed to walk the earth until we complete our 1,001 tasks. After centuries of having our memories dicked around, we're ready to complete our destiny and die. We are, for now, the Immortals. This is episode 64.
Woo!
It's a good number, right? Yeah, it's 8 squared. It's a perfect square.
64? Oh, 64 is a great number.
Yeah.
It's divisible by all sorts of shit.
It's a power of 2. Powers
Power
of 2
of 2.
are cool.
It's 64 is a good number.
It's a number that has a strong affection for hashtag 90s kids because of the Nintendo 64.
Very true.
Like,
You
This is
know
true.
why it's Nintendo 64?
64 bits.
You know why 64 is a number of bits? It's a power of 2.
It's also a power of 3. It's 4 cubed. 4 times 4 times 4.
It's not a power of 3, it's a power of 4.
It's 4 to the third. It's a
I'm
cube.
bad
It's
at
a
math.
cube.
Okay.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
cube. Which is the same thing as a power of 3.
No,
power of 3
there's
has
2
3
to the
as
power
base.
of 3.
If it's a power of 3,
So, Adam,
3
how
is
are
the
you?
base
I'm not sure
of
that's
3.
actually true.
I'm waiting on emails from anyone who can say whether or not they like this segment. Just like
Well,
a
they
yes or
haven't
no.
said
No
they
one's gotten
dislike
past
it,
this segment.
so-
They have nothing to compare to. They get to this and they go, fuck this. I thought this was a review show. There was a whole monologue about cursed beings and numbers for a while.
But we're reviewing numbers.
No, we're
We're
not.
secretly powering Bethany just a little bit more.
Well,
You
that
never
that
know.
part's true.
Yeah.
But us reviewing numbers themselves, that's ridiculous.
Eh.
Until we do a bonus review of 300.
Anyway,
Yes.
300. Oh man, that's a good movie.
Is it?
Yeah.
In its
No.
way, it's a movie worth watching.
It's a very homoerotic movie.
It is a very homoerotic movie.
I love it.
We haven't had many homoerotic movies, I think.
That's actually
This is
true.
also true.
Wait, is that true? We haven't had any movies with homosexuality as a theme.
The one James Dean movie we saw.
That's
Rebel
fair.
Without a
Oh,
Cause.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
that's
was a-
definitely
it was
got
a
that
little
going on.
homoerotic.
That's definitely got that going on, but it's definitely not a core theme of the movie.
No.
Bigger
Well-
than life.
Bigger Than Life has a bit of that.
It's also terrible.
Yeah, it's
No, that's
gay.
great.
So bad.
Did the Bad and the Beautiful have?
No,
Some?
Uh,
I don't
The
remember
director?
that one.
I don't think so.
Kirk Douglas?
Oh,
maybe?
I don't think so.
I mean, Hitler was gay in Downfall. We all got that right.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
I don't know. Whatever. This is episode 64, which means we reviewed 64 films. So that actually means we reviewed 66 films because we had 2 bonus reviews of films.
Oh.
That's something.
Have we yet? Because we haven't finished this episode yet.
Apologies. We reviewed
So many-
65 films. Christ. Whatever. I'm Austin.
I'm Adam.
Oh, I'm Sarah.
I'm Lee.
I'm Pedro.
And together we are the Immortals. Every week we review one of the 1,001 movies, albums, food, songs, children's books, and TV shows that you must consume before you die. We do this because we've been cursed by Bethany, who's right now using these reviews to power something really bad, and we don't know how to stop her yet, but we're trying. Until then, we're just trying to, keep her head afloat. Work with our mole on the inside, an intern who possesses Adam's body, and gives us what number to review this week as we consult those published books. And this week we were told to do number 28. So early ones, since most of these books are chronological, it's rather interesting. So this week the movie is The Gold Rush.
The album is Back at the Chicken Shack by Jimmy Smith.
The food is Jamun.
The song is Get Your Kicks On, Route 66 by the King Cole Trio.
The children's book is We're Going on a Bear Hunt by Michael Rosen.
And the TV show is The Phil Silver Show. But first, gotta get warm because we're going towards the Gold Rush.
Desperate with hunger, and here it was Thanksgiving Day. Nevertheless, there was something to be thankful for. Not quite done yet, said the little fellow. Give it 2 more minutes. Come on, said Big Jim.
The Gold Rush is one of the earlier Charlie Chaplin comedies. At this point, he has made a whole bunch of short films, and this is his second feature. Should have looked it up beforehand.
You didn't
Sounds
do
good.
that, apparently.
I did it. The Kid is the first one.
Oh.
Whatever. The Gold Rush has his famous character of the Little Tramp, and this is one where he is off to Alaska to make his fortune. And, of course, along the way, he is almost killed by a bear. He is consistently homeless and starving and freezing to death and almost eaten by a crazy person and almost dies, mistaken,
Bears.
heartbroken, bear returns. This is a comedy. What puts other comedy characters aside from other ones is that Little Tramp is always down on his luck. And this is a film where it's just during the era when everyone felt down on their luck and they're literally just going out west to dig in the ground and hope they strike gold. Who had not seen this film before?
Me.
I haven't.
So, let's start with you. What did you think of this one? I guess the big question is, did you find it funny?
My only other real experience with Charlie Chaplin is The Great Dictator, which is a vastly different movie, I feel, than this, because I liked that movie. I did not really like this one.
Oh no. Why?
Because it was just physical comedy, and I'm not a huge fan of physical comedy. You can only laugh at somebody falling down so many times before it gets old.
Disagree.
So I found it boring, and like I kept stopping it so I could go do something else, because I watched the 1925 cut because the 1942 cut has a different like voiceover and blah blah blah. I watched one without the voiceover, so I kept like having to stop it so I would go focus on something else, and then I'd have to like, no, Lee, shut up, stop doing what you're doing, finish this stupid movie. You have 10 minutes left. So it was a trudge to finish for me.
This is one of our shortest films we've reviewed. I mean, the 1925 cut is about, 89 minutes. And the 1942 cut, which is the one I watched, because I've already seen the 25 cut, that one's about 70-something minutes. It's...
75.
Did you at least... Because even though the humor didn't work for you, because this one actually has a lot of physical humor to it, what do you think of the character of the Tramp and kind of how he is a commentary on class?
I think it's very appropriate for the time period, because as you had mentioned, this is a time period where everybody felt like they were down on their luck, and it only got worse. And you've hit bad luck when your idea of like what I need to do next is go dig in the ground and hope I literally find gold. Like that's your last resort. You've hit your end of your luck. So I think it works for the time period. I think the character itself, it's Charlie Chaplin. Like, it's an iconic character. Everybody may not know the name, but a lot of people, I'm sure, recognize it even today. So I don't know. I thought it was fine. It's just, again, you can only watch so many people fall over so many times. I did really appreciate, though, something that you only get when you do watch older movies like this. I got to see where a lot of like jokes originated from, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Like the person imagining Charlie Chaplin's character was a chicken, and them eating a shoe because they're so hungry. Like, you see that in Looney Tunes cartoons. So that's where I was really excited about that. But after that, once I got past that, I was like, okay, fine, whatever, I'm bored. One
of the most iconic images of Charlie Chaplin came from this film, and it was very amusing to watch it with Sarah because she didn't even know it existed.
I had never seen it before.
You've never seen Benny and June?
No, I had not.
Well, I need to say what it is. It's during it's a fantasy scene what's in his mind of him charming these women at a little dinner thing, and he puts sticks on the rolls and has them dance as a little tap dance number, and it is such a charming, wonderful little thing that is kind of always associated with Chaplin. Now, Sarah, you interrupted Lee by saying that you can laugh at someone falling down all the time. Did the humor work for you?
Yeah, it did. I mean, look, I've seen other Chaplin films that have a little bit more going on in terms of their social commentary. This is not that. This is a dumb movie about dude who gets chased by a bear. There's a period of time where he's dressed like a chicken. There's a dance hall. It's very silly. But, I mean, it's lovely in many ways is lovely in its silliness. Austin and I watched the version that was what Chaplin considered the definitive version, which was the one that includes Chaplin's own narration of what's happening rather than title cards.
That was his voice, wasn't it?
Yeah, which
Yeah.
I was also totally blown away with that. I don't know
That's him.
what I thought Charlie Chaplin sounded like, but it was definitely not this.
It came out after The Great Dictator, which was his first talkie film, and he was kind of worried about the state of silent cinema, so he kind of recut this film to kind of give it some longevity, which turns out he was fine. The silent film is still endured.
I thought City Lights was.
No,
the
that's
first
sound.
Oh, was it?
Yes, City Lights is, yeah.
Right.
So, and I mean, it's not, I don't know, it's not much, but it's consistently clever. It does its bit well. You know, like, it doesn't ever pull its punches on a bit. I mean, the bit where the other guy he's sharing a cabin with starts to see the tramp as a giant chicken and chase him around, like, is a dude in a giant chicken costume, like, running around getting chased with a hatchet, and it feels real. It keeps going, and it's consistently funny.
I do love that when he sees Big Jim, a long time after that sequence, in terms of in the film itself, he reappears. The little tramp like freaks out because he's worried that he still sees him as a chicken, even though he's in this giant dance hall. It's just a very great, quick reaction. Now, Adam, do you agree that this doesn't really have as much social commentary as some of the other Chaplin films?
I think so. Well, I've only seen City Lights, I think, and that's it. But I like City Lights more than this one. But yeah, it doesn't I guess dwell on a social commentary so much as just use it as a springboard for this character to be in comedic situations. So I don't think it's necessarily commenting on that any more than any other film is about like a rags to riches type thing. And it's not even that. It's really not a great rags to riches stories because he just happens upon this gold at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It was like a happy accident, which is never that great for a film, but it's still like I think the reason to watch this movie is for the setups of the comedy because it's all really fantastic. The first half where he's snowed in the cabin, it's like that's half the movie, and he's just snowed in a cabin, but it's really funny the whole time.
I love this film, and I laughed like crazy the whole movie. I was shocked how much I laughed during this movie because I've seen it before. I was just in the exact right mood to watch the Gold Rush. But even things I knew were coming, I laughed at. And I do notice whenever I watch it that when they leave the cabin, I think the film goes down a little bit. I think it picks back up again when it re-enters the cabin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. The different cabin, because the table's over there this time. It's the same cabin. you barely move the stove. It's the same set. But I think the tightness of that location really worked for me. Were there any big set pieces that surprised you, Pedro? I mean, which ones really worked for you? Did you laugh?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Like every little bit. Just I guess I compare it to Looney Tunes because I was exposed to that first. Just the part where he's searching around for the guy with his gun, and then the guy's behind him with the axe following him, and they're just doing this little.
It's real great.
I'm like that's hilarious. That's funny. A bear is just following him along the trail. I'm like, well, first of all, I think that was a real bear.
That was definitely like a bear.
A bear just walking by Jamun. He's just like waddling along. It was funny. The teetering house towards the end.
Yeah, I want to talk about that.
Was amazing. I guess kind of like what you said. All the cabin shots, the blizzard with the two doors. Just funny how it was set up, how it was able to be done. did they have an actual teetering house in that scene, or like a teetering set?
Because he's falling in a way that's not
Right?
mimeable.
Yeah.
Either that,
it's
or he's
impressive.
like the best actor in the world, physical actor in the world. I don't know.
Because he's such... I mean, Chaplin was a genius. He was an absolute genius. He, wrote, directed, starred, edited all of his own... I think he scored his films as well, because he's crazy.
Probably, yeah.
And also he kind of really changed the studio system in a bit. He was part of that. But what also I'm loving about these films is how inventive he is, because this movie has so many tricks in it. Not only like the house at an angle, but obviously the switching between the man and the chicken is a crossfade we all know now, but it was done really smoothly because it didn't seem like the rest of the shot was really kind of being crossfaded. And I also was very impressed with the teetering house, because at one point the blizzard becomes so bad that the cabin just gets swept away, and it's now on the edge of a mountain. And the house is teetering off the edge, and they keep running in and out of the house, and clearly the house is a miniature when it's on the edge. But they do such a good job of having like a silhouette run in and out of the house that like it didn't seem animated. It was a really impressive juxtaposing
It was
film.
extremely well done. A lot of the scenes where you see Chaplin rolling around in the snow, like that didn't look like fake snow. That's got like that fluffiness, that fake fluffy quality. I kind of believe that he was actually like rolling around in snow.
Yeah,
there was.
And the bear in the cabin. Because at one point the bear gets in the cabin. Like, it was a real bear, but at one point I noticed that it was the fake bear when they were taking wrestling.
But very briefly.
It was a really close-up shot.
Yeah.
You saw fur. Everything else, it had to have been filmed separately.
Yeah.
Which is how they typically do animal shots like that even today. That's how they do it in Game of Thrones. They don't have real wolves. They film the wolves on a green screen and then make a Lannister worry.
Yeah.
It's later. It's God, to me, that's one of the joys of just watching a Chaplin film, because the comedy doesn't feel dated to me, just because it's always so new and inventive and tightly made. I guess
it just feels original. Like when you can tell sometimes when things are remakes or homages. Even though we've seen all of the humor in this before in some way or another, it still has that feeling of originality, because it is, and it's just. It's always fun and fresh. I watched the old one.
Yeah.
Because I started watching the new version, or the final version, I guess, which I was really hoping to like and everything like that. But the problem is, since I'd seen this before and a lot of Chaplin before, it threw me off to the point where I just preferred to switch back to the 25 version to see the title cards.
It was weird not watching the title cards.
Right? The title cards really threw me off. The music seemed too good. Too well placed. I don't know if that makes
At one
sense.
point during the 42 version, it threw off Sarah and I because we knew the tune, because it was
Oh yeah.
what was it from Cinderella?
It's from Sleeping Beauty.
Oh, Sleeping Beauty.
Oh,
I know you.
Yeah.
Once Upon a Dream.
That's based off of
Which is the reason.
Stravinsky.
Tchaikovsky. It turns out.
Tchaikovsky,
Yeah.
that one.
And that's what was used in the film.
Right,
That
and-
was the original version of that.
Right, and so, but I was like, wait a sec, that movie came after this movie. This is
Yeah.
weird. And then
Did they keep Flight of the Bumblebees? Because I think that was in during the wind blowing through the two doors
I don't think so.
bit. But yeah, there was a Flight
Did you remember
of the Bumblebees
Bumblebees?
bit. and was
No,
like,
I don't
that's
remember it
cool.
at all, and I would have remembered for sure.
I watched the 1925 and I didn't
You didn't
recognize.
catch
No. No, there were a couple other bits though. Like there was Nutcracker Suite at one point was in it. At least the version that I watched. I don't know if that music was different than the other 1925. I don't know if it was just some canned music that somebody used or what.
I mean, I watched the one that was on Filmstruck, which I believe I don't
That
know.
was the Chaplin.
I don't know.
The one with narration.
Well, no, the one without.
Oh yeah, that's the original
but
25 one.
I'm not sure who did it, Criterion or who. But yeah, they basically, because after the 42 version, they basically stopped printing or
Right.
releasing the 25 version. So this was something that they pieced together through just all the historical bits of film they could find, which is strange because my childhood memories are of the 25 version. So I don't know when they started bringing it back or when they were able to piece together a remake of the release version. I'm not sure. I wonder what it was like between, like, in what, the 50s, 60s, 70s, when I assume only the 42 version was available, and it was, like, the version.
Unfortunately, we have had our memories altered.
Yes.
Right.
Even though we were alive during that time.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm not sure. And think about all silent films that, a score is recommended to theaters, and sometimes they played it, sometimes they didn't. It was in public domain. Anyone can attach a score to it, if that's also in public domain. I remember, actually, this is funny, back in this kind of version of my memory, it was, I don't know, 15 years ago, I got this film from the library, and this was my very first silent film. So I knew Chaplin's beloved, I got it in, I put it in the DVD, I was all ready to watch it, and I was shocked there was music. I had always assumed silent films were completely silent, and I was going to kind of watch... no, so that actually threw me off. I thought that the disc was wrong. I thought that the disc was, like, pandering to me and added music for, like, the Philistines.
One of the things that I really liked, because I haven't seen this in maybe 20 years or more now, was when I first saw it as a quote-unquote child, because we're immortal, I did see it as a comedy, slapstick, physical comedy. So I guess references to society, whatever aside, I never caught an actual story from it, and I didn't get any emotional. I didn't take anything emotionally from it, and watching it again as a quote-unquote adult, because we're immortal. I actually
That's just how you address yourself all the time.
All the
a
time.
quote-unquote adult.
Yeah, because I'm immortal.
Uh-huh.
All the time. People give me weird looks. I actually really enjoyed it.
Were you caught up in the romance?
Was I caught up on it?
Like, what were you, like... To me, like, I love this film a lot, but the romance to me is very kind of passing.
No,
I
it
agree.
is, but
I agree, yeah.
the fact that it's there, and more so than when I first saw it, or that I actually was able to take something away, that just added a whole little extra bit that I enjoyed. I don't take it as a poorly done or not enough evolved romance bit. I thought of it as just an extra embellishment to this wonderful comedy that I know of, which, I mean, sometimes it's not fun or funny. It's actually kind of heartbreaking.
Aww.
And that's what, like, to me, I just kept noticing during this film was the kind of the role as the tramp. I mean, he is a homeless character, as he typically is. So when he first, like, finds the cabin, it is not his cabin. It is there's Big Jim, and there's the other guy.
Black.
I got them confused.
Black
a
Jack?
bunch.
Black.
No, it starts with an H? No.
No, it's something.
Whatever.
Larson.
Lars.
Black Larson.
Sure.
So is that guy's cabin, and he and Big Jim are just people stuck in the storm. They are just kind of desperate to be taken in.
Well, Jack is hiding away, right? Because he's a wanted man.
Black.
Different.
Huh?
The Black Larson's hidden away. It's his cabin.
Gotcha.
Right.
That's right. Black.
So I did take it as something very interesting because the little tramp is always someone who he can never be independent. And it's not because he is lazy or anything, but he needs the support of others in order to stay alive. And to ask to be kind of brought in from the cold is just a kind of basic act of careness. I need to not die in this blizzard. Can you please open your door? I will not take up my space. And I did find that rather affecting because he's not an ambitious person. He's just trying to kind of stay above water. That's always the role of the tramp. And it was very interesting to see him among peers, I think, for the first time, really, in that regard. Because that's what Jim's asking for, too. Although Jim's closer to violence and madness than the tramp is. But I found that really curious. He wasn't looking for richness. He was just kind of looking for work. And yeah, the tramp is always such an endearing character because he every time he gets back up, it means something. He's not like broken and tarnished like Tom and Jerry are after their fights. You know, it's like it's the inflatable clown, right? You punch it and it pops back up, still fully formed. And the only time he really gets hurt is emotionally. and it's when the women don't come to his dinner,
and it makes it cut that much deeper.
Well, there's also the part towards the end of the cabin scenario where he's very hungry and his eyes are really sunken, and he's just kind of like staring off, you know.
Oh,
like he looks in a bad way.
When it had the makeup around his eyes like that,
yeah,
he looks just like Casey Affleck.
Yeah.
Casey Affleck not in makeup.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll say this: I never realized when I was a kid, Chaplin's kind of a cutie. He's got these really pretty eyes and this fun little face. He looks like a nice guy.
His whole personal life, though, is a real big turnoff.
Well, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, you must remember this is a podcast.
It's a real big turnoff.
They have
Let's just leave
2
it there.
Chaplin episodes.
What?
They have 2 Chaplin episodes.
Huh?
Huh? What are you talking
You
about?
must remember this has 2 Chaplin episodes. The podcast.
Oh, the podcast.
Oh, I thought you were.
I thought you were talking
It was
about
like
our
some from
podcast.
Art.
I was like, what are
wait,
you
what?
talking about?
I thought you were just saying you must remember this, that we're a podcast.
You didn't hear the
Yeah.
capital letters?
No.
No, why? But no, that's not a thing. That's not how English works.
It's a good podcast.
I
I think it's time for hinges.
I think it is.
Or,
Well, I have
you've
just
got something else.
one more quick thing to say on the romance is that I think that's like the only reason that this is actually a movie and not just a series of like comedic
That's
situations. But even still, I think that the comedic situations are enough to warrant that you should watch this. You know?
Yeah.
absolutely.
And it's not really like a story movie. It's a good time movie.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
What other tramp films are there? The Kid is a tramp film.
The Kids one, The Circus,
Circus.
Modern Times,
City Lights, right?
City Lights, absolutely. And The Great Dictator isn't, but it's an evolution. It's in the same vein, but there's talking, and it's a Jewish barber instead.
Yeah.
And
Oh
Hitler.
God, those are some of the best scenes I know.
But yeah, The
What
Gold
else?
Rush. I will give this a very happy 4.5.
3.5.
3. It's fun, but it's not much more than that.
4.9.
Wow.
I'll give it a 3 as well.
All right, well, 3 is a common number because 3 of you are wrong. The Gold Rush is
Hey,
a
man.
film that is found on Filmstruck and archive.gov and many other places. It's a great film.
This isn't our only Chaplin film, right?
Oh, God.
There are more coming.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah. Anyway, that was The Gold Rush. Lee, where should we head to next?
Next, we're going to talk about going back to the Chicken Shack with Jimmy Smith. This is an album that came out in 1960 and was re-released in 63 on a different label. It's very, very far into his career. I did not feel like trying to figure out exactly how many albums into his career this was, because it was many. It's a blues album, jazz album. It's an instrumental. We got that going for it. Yeah.
So this was a very short jazz album.
Yeah, and unlike some jazz albums, which I feel like kind of feel like one big song sometimes, this definitely was like 4 or 5 different songs.
I really dug this one. This one had a really cool, quiet, relaxed feel to it. Like, I know it's called Back at the Chicken Shack, but I saw it as like a summer afternoon jazz thing.
No, I agree. Like, it's definitely like sitting on your porch in the middle of the summer with like a mint julep or a Long Island iced tea or something nice and refreshing, and just sitting and day drinking on a porch and listening to this.
This is a jazz album you could put on, and no one would be mad you put on jazz.
Yeah. Yeah, this isn't some of Dave Brubeck's crazier stuff that not everybody enjoys. This is something that I feel like everybody will at least appreciate.
Yeah, and it had the 4 tracks, right? Just
Yes.
4. And they were all like, the third one is the only one I thought that kind of went a little bit like edgier than Easy Living, but it was still in a very like comfortable area. I really liked this. This album flew by for me, and I immediately wanted just to play it again.
I agree. It was really easy to listen to, and it was really fun to listen to, and it never turned me off like some jazz albums can. It also has a neat cover of When I Grow Too Old to Dream, which is originally done by a Hammerstein, and it has been done by numerous artists over the years, which I don't think I've ever heard it before, but I really enjoyed this version of it, and it definitely kind of has that Hammerstein feel to it.
It's true.
Without it being like too bad, if that makes sense.
I didn't listen to that.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I have to stop pointing at people and guessing the page.
Not me.
Wait, are you mad that I haven't pointed at you?
Oh no, people were saying that they hadn't listened to it, and then I heard words, so I said not me.
Avid listener.
I have not.
I've been to a chicken shack.
Haven't we all?
I haven't.
You never do a chicken shack? Yes, you have.
Maybe.
I'll give it a 2.7.
I feel like
Goddamn
Back at the
vegan.
Chicken Shack was like a weird title for this album. Like, you could have named it anything else, and I feel like the title would have fit a little bit better. Because I was really expecting something a bit more country sounding and, like, add in a steel guitar every once in a while. But no, it was very jazzy. A little bluesy, but mostly jazz.
But it did have a, like, the cover of the album, which is him at a chicken shack. That, to me, got the tone of it. Like, it very kind of light blue, light green.
Laid back, yeah.
Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say about this because I'm consistently dumb, but
I really don't know what else to say about it either. Like, I felt like a lot of the, there were lots of riffs and bits that sounded familiar, and I don't know if it was influenced by other songs or if this influenced other songs. So I don't know that much about jazz, so I couldn't tell you, but I did enjoy it overall. Very, very easy listening.
You should ask the main character of La La Land. He knows a lot about jazz. He's
No,
also
I'm
the
good.
worst.
He's also a white guy talking about jazz.
He's the worst.
it's a good
He's
movie.
that guy in all of your classes in a college that is trying to impress other girls.
Mm-hmm.
That just sounds awful. I haven't seen this movie. This is just what I'm assuming.
No,
You're
but-
correct.
But the film knows he's that guy.
Nah, I don't know about that. Anyway,
Do you want to hinge it?
Sure. I'll give it a 4. It's really solid. And if you want some easy listening jazz, I would take a gander.
I would also give it a 4. I like it. All right, that is Back at the Chicken Shack by
Jimmy Smith.
Jimmy Smith. All right, now it is time for some disgusting juice that's on our table.
well, I mean, I don't know if it's disgusting. I haven't tried it yet. The food today is
pre-hinging
is Jamun, which is a kind of, it's otherwise known as Java plum. It's a South Asian, Southeast Asian plum fruit thing. It's a fruit from Southeast Asia. I mean, like, I really have no preconceived notions about it. It bugs me a little bit that the juice that I've ordered from the internet is a brown color that is kind of gross. But to be fair, that's probably just because it doesn't contain any, like, artificial colors. I have no idea whether or not it's tasty. It looks like what we have is a mixture of both Jamun juice and organic lemon powder.
For taste.
For taste. It's a thing. We're gonna drink it out of this bottle together.
Sweet.
Like adults.
You got
What do you mean, like adults?
I don't know. I'm gonna try it first because
What is that? Do we add whiskey to it? What does that mean, like adults?
You don't complain.
everybody can drink it.
That is a very vague statement.
I'm so pumped for this.
Just drink it.
No, you also like talk in the audio thing while I.
Was the thing like shaken? Does it need to be? I'm afraid there's like
No, I shook it.
sediment in the bottom. Okay, never mind. It looks like one of those.
All right. I recommend you do smell it before you take a sip.
Ooh, I love the smell.
Do
Well,
you?
then fucking
Yeah.
drink it.
Sir, why are you so angry? Did it make you
She
angry?
likes
It did a little.
Is it the ooze from Ghostbusters 2?
No.
Ghostbusters? Oh, okay. When you said the ooze, I was thinking of Goosebumps.
Just drink the damn thing.
No, the ooze
Oh.
is also the secret of from
Right, it is
Turtles too.
spicy.
Yeah. It's like, can we start talking about it, or
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
seem like you're pointedly waiting.
I feel like we can start talking now that everybody's tried it. What do you think, Adam?
It smells kind of like grass, like a really good smelling grass.
That's fair.
Freshly mowed grass.
Yeah,
Sure, I guess.
and it kind of tastes like that too,
Yeah.
which is fine.
No, it's not. Don't drink grass.
Well, no, I don't want a lot of it, but it's not a bad taste.
It reminds me of those like herb bundles you'll get sometimes.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I saw on the label this was a nutritional supplement,
Yeah.
and so I would have like 3 teaspoons a day.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
sorry, tablespoons.
It's definitely that kind of thing.
Sorry, fourth of a
This
cup.
whole thing is a supplement.
Well, yeah, it's definitely
So-
kind of a bittery fruit. Like, it's not like it's like a sweet fruit.
No.
No, I think I got my metaphor from what Adam said here because it's. I don't like the taste of it, but I'm not like afraid of it. It's a yellow light. I don't want to cross the
Okay.
crosswalk right now because I see it's about to turn red, so I'm not going. Red is clearly the danger one. I'm just
Okay,
not,
sweetie.
Yeah.
I'm not drinking this.
Right, but in a
It's a
different
yellow light.
situation.
I mean, like, okay.
Wait,
Wait, do I have some more time? Yeah, I'm gonna cross it real fast.
Exactly.
I kind
But-
of wish it was stronger.
Why?
It
In
smells
what
really good.
aspect?
I wish it tasted more strongly the way it's because it's actually a lot weaker. It's like it smells like really good and strong and stuff.
Can I
And
try
when
it
you
again?
when you try it, it's actually it under delivers on what you get from on the nose, which is interesting.
So apparently, yeah,
It's
I agree.
too bland. It's
I agree.
weirdly
I
too
agree.
bland.
I mean, and that's probably because it's a juice. So apparently, the fruits like vary from sort of sweet to tart, kind of like cherries do. Warning: apparently, they do dye your mouth a very deep purple.
Oh, thanks, Sarah.
I discovered that right now when I re-looked it up in the book.
By the way, Adam's wearing a plain white tee, so if he spills, you'll all know it.
I can't say that I like it.
No.
It's hard because there's not sugar in it, and probably the ripe fruit would be slightly sweeter, but I don't really know. I mean, generally, like, juice maintains most of it, most of it has sugar in it, and I've had unsweetened other fruit juice that's a lot sweeter. I guess my big problem with it is that the distinctive taste doesn't really do it for me. Like, the thing that clearly makes it different than other juices that I've had is not something that, like, I want more of. So it's just kind of not my jam, so to speak. I mean, it's not jam also, but...
So,
I would eat a jam of this.
so the food is
Why?
the fruit.
Is the fruit, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's like a distinct texture too.
Well, so apparently they're like little, they're like little cherry-sized plum things.
There's a picture
You
on
know what
that.
it reminds me of, taste-wise, and now actually that description, tamarind.
That's fair,
Have you had,
actually.
like,
That makes a fair amount of sense to me.
Like,
Which I'm also kind of not a fan of unless it's heavily sugared.
Yeah.
So this, I will say, like, if it was in like a heavily sugared candy, I would probably be more in favor of the underlying taste.
or like as a soda or something.
Right,
yeah.
but like,
Or with rum in it.
yes,
Well,
always.
always.
But like, just the taste just isn't my thing.
So you guys can help me out in the whole science aspect. I'm looking at this bottle here, and there's instructions for storage. Keep away from direct sunlight is number 1.
Oxidation. Sunlight oxidizes things.
It's real.
Okay. It just felt like a Gremlins rule. So I was just
I
kind of
mean,
worried.
it could
Stop.
it could
Stay out.
also be that. I mean, you never know.
Yeah.
The only way to test it would be to keep it in direct sunlight and see what happens.
Because the other ones are fine. Use within 1 month, open the bottle. That makes
No,
sense.
that's
A month?
That's pretty
Refrigerate
common.
after opening. Okay.
I feel like all this is pretty common for
I-
fruit juice.
I
Like beers. Beers are in dark bottles sometimes because of...
Oxidation.
Yeah.
Don't whisper this. Declare it to the mic.
Like beers.
Okay. What else do we have to say about?
I don't really have
Is
much
it
else to
actually?
say.
Is it supposed to be purple? I think it might actually be a purple.
It's a
color.
purple-ish color. I mean, in the same way that if you actually juice grapes, they're not like. It's a little purple, but you're.
I think it's closer to purple than brown.
Yeah, it looks like brown when you look at it straight on, but like, it's definitely got
No, I
purple
think,
hue
yeah.
to it.
Pedro, let me see
Mauve.
your tongue.
Huh?
Let me see your tongue.
It's not
Ah.
that.
No?
It's
No?
not that stained.
Nothing.
Now,
Maybe I bet if we had.
I wish it was.
I think apparently it's the fruit. I bet it's the fruit that is really, really stained.
Yeah.
I'm really curious though.
Because like pomegranate juice is not that bad, but the berries are terrible for staining.
That's true. Yeah.
Fun fact.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
They can do math stuff. You can do laundry stuff. It's
Yeah.
fine. We all talk about our hobbies.
Makes sense.
Yeah. If you've never opened a pomegranate before, careful.
Yeah.
So we're ready to henge?
Yeah.
Sure.
I can't endorse this. I'm not gonna lie. I just don't like it very much.
Don't you lie.
I'm gonna give it like a 2.
2 for me.
2.8.
3.5.
All right.
That is
Jamun.
Jamun, which is
Yeah.
still not ham. All right.
No,
now
it never was. So
it might have been. Now it's time for the song segment. Pedro, we already went to the Chicken Shack. Where should we go now?
We should go to Route 66 because that's the song. Get your kicks on Route 66 by the King Cole Trio.
Get your kicks on Route 66. It winds from Chicago to LA. More than 2,000 miles all the way. Get your kicks on Route 66.
Route 66 is a highway, and it's a song. That's all I got. It was written in 1946. It was written in 1946 by a couple of people when they were on a road trip. Imagine that. And the King Cole Trio performed it.
This almost
They did
had to
good.
have been written on a road trip, right?
Oh yeah, no,
You can't be like afraid to leave your house and write this song.
No, the guys that wrote it, I think husband and wife couple. It's on here somewhere. It says blah 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 blah. Bobby Troop.
You didn't print Wikipedia today.
I didn't print Wikipedia today. It was a long day. They were taking a trip.
is it down Route 66?
It was, but it actually began
Unrelated.
on Route 40. And then they
Okay.
transitioned to Route 66. And they were thinking about writing it about Route 40. Then they're like, no, let's write it about Route 66. And they penned it during the 10-day trip. Which makes perfect sense because the song is only get your kicks on Route 66. Here are places along the route.
Yeah.
Except for one, which I kind of liked. Winona. It's not on Route 66.
Really?
But they used it because it rhymes with something Arizona. I forget the actual one. It's on here. Flagstaff. There you go.
Oh.
So this is
Flagstaff, Arizona. Don't forget Winona. Yep.
this is one of the shortest songs I think we've heard, right?
Yeah, it's like 3
Pretty
minutes.
short, yeah.
I heard a 2.5 minute version one as well. I mean, like I maybe heard it wrong.
I didn't actually
It was,
check.
it was on a album of theirs.
I got a remastered version. So when I looked this up on Amazon, there's like 5 different remasteries every like 3 to 5 years. There's like
Right,
93
sure.
remastered, 90 remastered, 99. I got 99 as the most recent one. I figured why not. But let's see here.
It is like one of the go-to like road songs, but in a movie,
For sure.
Yeah.
Mine is 3 minutes on the nose.
because like it's in cars because it has to be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that movie takes place on Route 66, so it'd be weird if it wasn't.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense.
they impacted the plot of a Pixar film.
There you go.
Now the song
That whole thing could have been Route 40.
in Cars, was it performed by Nat King Cole?
No,
Just wondering. He recorded, or they recorded, the trio recorded it the same year. So I was wondering if that may have been the I don't know, prototypical is not the right word.
what are you
First
talking
version.
about?
Never mind. I'm getting around myself.
I'm a fan of any song that names lots of locations.
Yeah.
Because I always see it as a challenge to visit all of them. My other famous version of this is Johnny Cash's "I've Been Everywhere," which is a great song that starts with a place that I have happened to be. That is a weird place in Nevada. So now I have the goal to get to all those places, which is too bad because some of them aren't real. But I feel the same way about the song. Like I like this sort of jumping
Yeah,
around,
it's
feeling
fun.
it. Yeah.
There's Danny, California. It was about ladies.
Okay.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh.
We Didn't Start the Fire by Billy Joel.
Yeah, that's more like time periods.
That's not. That's
Travel
about
through
time
time.
travel. Yeah.
That's a Doctor Who episode.
Mm-hmm.
This song.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a lot of fun, but there's like a guitar, a piano, and his voice. That's all you really need.
I love their version so much because like this could totally be like a country anthem kind of thing, but it's like really like nice and low key. It's a really like charming
It is really low-key.
toe tapper.
Mm-hmm.
It's something perfect to play on a road trip because it won't wake up those in the car who are asleep during the road trip.
I'm
as well.
sorry, you go on road trips where people are asleep?
Sometimes
You haven't been on enough road trips. We need to go on more road trips.
it was a 30-hour road trip. We had to sleep sometime. We didn't stop.
Well, that's not a road trip. That's just like a sprint.
Yeah.
A road trip you
It's
have to
not
like
a road.
stop and admire.
You
no.
stop in places.
We
like
did.
the song tells you to.
Nah.
You guys are all judging me. I had a lovely time in Montana.
I am judging you.
Very confused.
No,
I'm right there with you, Austin. Road trip is as few stops as possible.
Disagree.
I mean, if it's a good stop, I mean, we didn't stop at our hotel. You know, it was a long thing.
I think it's
So-
just an argument about definitions, really.
Yeah, I think you're allowed to sleep. No one's up more than like an hour or so. It's just like quick naps.
I just feel like if you don't stop, then really you're just like not appreciating where you're driving through. Like the best road trips are the ones that stop at the kind of ridiculous shit that is all along Route 66. Things like, you know, the world's largest ball of twine and, you know, various henges or car henges.
I'm sorry, we
Lots of
interrupted this previously scheduled segment to have Sarah bring back
Oh
a
no!
hinge fact of the week, which we haven't done in months.
Guys, it's so
It's
sad.
been a while.
The reason that I have a henge fact of the week is because the world is a fallen place.
Lee tweeted this originally.
I
Yep.
know. So
I did it because we could use it for the podcast. What? Look at me.
So
What
like
the
I think the Airstream graveyard, is that what it's called? The Airstream. It's not graveyard. That's way darker than what it actually is. Just a sec. I've been meaning to go to this place ever since I found out about it, and I'm looking it up. And I'm
It's
looking
the
it up.
Airstream Ranch.
The Airstream Ranch, which is in Florida, and is a henge-like structure, a la car henge, that is instead made out of Airstream RVs.
That's awesome.
And they are closing it / tearing it down
Oh.
because they're bad people.
No,
Yeah.
it's Florida. That should be enough.
It really is. But Carhenge still stands, guys, in Alliance,
Okay.
Nebraska. Y'all should go there. It's amazing.
Now back to the song segment.
I like it. Let's henge it. Unless
Okay.
anyone else has words.
That seems right.
Well, I didn't listen to it this week, but I mean, it's like, I know it. I know this song. Can I hand it?
Sure.
I like it.
It's fine.
We're pretty mad at you for it, though.
We'll make them listen to it after the episode because it's 2.5 minutes long.
Ugh, fine.
If it changes his opinion, we'll do
We'll
an
let
update.
you
You
know.
can hinge it now.
Okay,
But if we listen to it afterwards, you go, woof, I was off.
okay.
You treated by 1/100th of a hinge. All right, hey, Pedro, what do you give it?
Solid 4.
4.2.
I like it. I don't love it, but it's fine. 3.5.
3.7.
I'll give it a 4. It's not my favorite Nat King Cole song, but
Yeah.
I love Nat King Cole, so.
That is Get Your Kicks On Route 66 by Nat King Cole Trio. Now it is time to go somewhere else. This is a travel episode. What are we going to do now, Adam?
We're going on a bear hunt.
A bear hunt?
A bear hunt.
Bear hunt!
By who?
I thought someone else was going to join into the song, but that's okay.
Not the lyrics.
Not an actual song, no.
I was
It's
going to say I
by-
didn't know the song.
No, it's not. It's not real. It's by Michael Rosen, and it's illustrated by Helen Oxenbury. And it's actually, it's not really by Michael Rosen. It's like a folk song, and he just kind of, he had been doing like poetry, and he just incorporated it into a book, and then had Helen painstakingly illustrate it for him, because I assume all illustration is painstaking. But here
It's
is
a horrible art form.
illustrating.
It is hell on your soul and on your hands.
Really consider if you're thinking about a career in illustration, if it's right for you. Maybe go into banking instead. So here is the whole book, I'm going to say, so stop now if you'd actually like to read it. It's it's for like 0 to 5-year-old people. So it's a family of 5 and a dog, and they go through essentially different places on their way. They're looking for a bear, any old bear, and so they go through like mud and a lake and grass, and it's always, every page is very similarly written. It always like, oh, it's a snowstorm, a swirling, whirling snowstorm. We can't go over it. We can't go under it. We have to go through it. They have to go through everything.
Yeah.
And so it's like one page per each thing that they have to go through, and then they find the bear in a cave, which they have to go through. You guessed it.
What?
And so then the rest of the book is small little comic strip sized things of them going back through everything that they had gone through before, and then they end up like going back to their home and getting under the covers, and they're safe there then. And the last line is, "We're not going on a bear hunt again,"
which I think is great.
I think it's great. I wasn't really on board until they found the bear, because it's not great reading material.
No.
Because I first encountered this story never as a book. I only knew it as a chant that was done at like camps. Well, it's like at various Boy Scout camps, because it almost only works as a chant.
Yeah,
You can kind of read it quietly in your head, like, especially since it's very like easy thing to like learn.
Mm-hmm.
You know, oh no, it's a snowstorm. Then everyone goes, can't go over it, can't go under it, and that's fun. But I didn't. I guess I enjoyed the chant element more than the book element. The book didn't add anything to it, and I don't know. Like the snowstorm in particular, I thought was not that felt really random of the whole journey. Like it seems like a pretty like forest journey, then a snowstorm, then they keep going.
Yeah, I'm imagining this is somewhere in like Canada, which would have, because they're all dressed in fairly warm clothes, so it seems like maybe like a fall, between fall and winter kind of period.
Yeah,
It feels bleak.
A little bit, yeah. Kind of their house seems to be in the middle of nowhere.
but you're right. The ending and the speed of how the ending unravels is really
Very quickly.
fun.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it really entertaining, especially because like the bear isn't exactly a threat; it just exists, and
Yeah.
they just like recognized that this was a bad idea and ran away.
Yeah.
I choose to believe that the bear wanted friends, and then he felt sad, because I choose to end the book on the cover, where you see the bear walking away all kind of sad.
Oh, you want a sequel
I want to see
where he's going on a friend hunt,
He's just like, oh, woe is me.
and the bear.
He looks oddly sad right there for being left alone and walking on a
The
beach.
final image, the back of the book, is just the bear on its hind legs, looking towards the bleak ocean.
Oh, see, I totally read that not as bleak. I read that as
It's
like
so gray.
I read that as like, if the bear was looking towards us, the sunglasses would quickly descend and be like, deal with it. Like that bear like knows what it's about, and it scared those people, and it is fine by that.
You have a pro bear agenda, though.
I do. I love bears.
Bear
They're
is your
great.
favorite character of the Gold Rush,
It was the best character.
and you've blocked out all of Grizzly Man.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We watched this together.
No, I don't think we did.
Oh boy.
The bear does look friendly, though.
Right?
Yeah,
He's
but
like, ooh.
So the bear isn't an enemy. I always enjoy kids' books where the conflict is absurdity, essentially.
And towards the end, they forget to lock the door, and so they push against the bear, against the door, and it's the father who's in his 30s or whatever, and then it's 3 children pushing against a grizzly bear.
Yeah.
That's a grizzly bear. Right?
The baby had some cute moments throughout the book.
Because it's a
Just
baby.
kind of just like, being a baby on this bear hunt. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
The baby's just barely standing up. Why is it on a bear hunt? Silly baby.
I bet the dad was just like, we'll never find a bear. And then once he does, it's like, oh shit, I'm a terrible father. This is going to be in the news.
Yeah, he's still, like, the kids are all for finding a bear. He goes, no, we cannot complete this bear hunt.
Yeah.
First off, you kids thought we can go over a snowstorm. Well, I'm not worried about, your survival.
Right.
But, no.
So this book kind of has an interesting history. It has a Guinness record for the most listened to session. They had 1,500 children listening to a live reading of this book.
Oh, that's fun.
And then there were 30,000 who listened to it online. And then also, this is, since this book has been published, every year it's been in the top 5,000 best-selling books. Which seems like a lot, but how many books come out a year?
A ton.
A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
It always,
A whole lot. Well, I think it's because, it is... The nature of how it's written makes it really fun to read aloud.
it's
Yeah.
a good...
It doesn't work reading it in your head.
No.
But reading aloud to a kid and having the
Yeah.
back and forth with it.
You really gotta have a 5-year-old
No, it-
chant along with you.
It's actually a good children's book because of its repetitiveness and how you can just sing it and say it with a rhythm.
Yeah.
It is the perfect book to read to your infant or whatever. Perfect for them because they get lots of sounds and stimulations and repetition, which is how you learn, and you get to sing along.
Mm-hmm.
But as like you said, as a reading book, nah. I would both get turned off and turned on by
We get it.
I'm going with it. Turned off and turned
I
on
don't.
by the book.
Explain it more.
As I went, it's kind of conflicting, but
No, I think it's a really ideal picture book for that reason. Is my favorite iteration of it? No. But the premise of the bear hunt story is great. And this is a worthy adaptation of it.
Yeah. And if you're trying to get your kids to go out and get some exercise, it's better to just say, let's go on a walk. Or no, it's better to say, let's go on a bear hunt than let's go on a walk.
Oh, for sure.
Sure.
yeah.
Let's look for bears.
Yeah.
But then it gets out of hand. The story is about the dad and his spiraling relationship with being a father.
Oh, no, he loses custody after this.
Yeah, I'm sure, surely it
Really
does.
upsetting. All right. But yeah, just to give this.
3.8.
4.
Hey, great children's book. This is everything a children's book should be. 4.7.
Agreed. 4.
Sure.
We're going to work on how you say agreed. All right, anywho. That is We're Going on a Bear Hunt by Phil Robinson.
Michael Rosen.
Nope.
It's Michael Rosen and Helen Oxenbury.
I always think I don't need to write that note down because the book's just here. And the book's not facing me. I just, whatever. That was,
Danger, Phil Robinson.
yes. That's Will.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sure I'm going to review it one day, so. But not today, because today, the TV show segment is all about The Phil Silver Show. The Phil Silver Show is... No one knows what this is, which is really entertaining. Most people know the main character that Phil Silvers plays, which is Sergeant Bilko. And it was a rather popular show. It ran for 4 seasons. And I first saw this show... I actually forgot I watched this show. Because there's a really interesting book that came out a couple years ago called Sitcom. And it is a look at 24 episodes of sitcoms and tracks it as an American art form. I enjoyed the book, and before I read the book, I decided with my friend to have a marathon where we watched every episode of the ones he profiled. And one of them was a later episode of The Phil Silver Show. And it's about this... It's an even lighter version of MASH, because MASH actually gets kind of heavy. MASH is in a war zone. This is in Kansas. It is about a bunch of army men who are working at a fort in Kansas. We are not at war. Sergeant Bilko is the man in charge. They are, in fact, in charge of the motor pool. And
What even is a motor pool?
they just deal with all the vehicles. They repair them. They clean them. They rent them out.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's the garage. And The show, I watched the whole first season. These were long first seasons. These are like 35 episode seasons because TV was ridiculous back then. And it took a little bit for it to find its groove. It took me about 6-7 episodes. But once it did, it became a really good sitcom. It is all about the different kind of shenanigans these guys get into. But they're wonderfully silly constructed because sometimes it is, classic sitcom thing where Bilko and his men are accidentally involved in something and they get themselves out. But the ones that work the best is when they purposely got themselves in something and, mess with authorities to be the best at it. They often are taking on ridiculous personas or having mixed identities. It's just a really consistently good sitcom. And early on, Phil Silvers is like the only person on screen. It's kind of rotating soldiers around him. But as they kept going, they had like a consistent general who was in front of him. They had some great characters in his group, like Doberman, who's just a poor dude. Always the 5 o'clock shadow. Always not getting his furlough. But it's fun. They're obsessed with gambling. They're obsessed with the silliest things. They are lazy, but not like bad soldiers. They're just goofballs who are part of the army. And there were a couple really great episodes, one of which Sarah did see.
Yes!
There's an episode called The Court Martial, which is the only episode that I've seen so far that satirizes the army in any sort of way, because this one handles the bureaucracy and the automation of recruiting soldiers by accidentally recruiting a monkey. And then the army accidentally brings the monkey into service, and they need to figure out a way to dismiss this soldier of a monkey. So they try to court-martial the monkey, but then Bilko's too good of a defense attorney for the monkey. It's really funny.
Honestly, I was shocked at how funny this episode was. I laughed out loud. This was crazy funny. So my experience with this show, I realized upon looking into it a little further, was I was a fan, and looking back, apparently I am the only person who felt this way, of the 90s Steve Martin film remake, Sergeant Bilko, which apparently nobody liked but 9-year-old me. I thought it was fucking hilarious. This episode has the kind of humor that is in that movie is in this too. I mean, the chimpanzee episode is great. Its premise makes no sense, and it is just a constant farce of how, and it moves a mile a minute. I mean, everybody talks extremely fast. The goals of the characters, the goals of the characters about whether it is better for them to hide the fact that there is a chimpanzee being made into a soldier from the higher-ups, or whether it's better to avoid at all cost the chimpanzee finishing the soldier hiring process change by the minute. I mean, and it is great. It's ridiculous. The little laughs are funny. The structure is funny. I was a huge fan, and I really wish that I had watched it a little earlier in the week so that I had gotten on the Sergeant Bilko train, because I would have loved to watch more of it.
There's a number of really good episodes. They started to get ambitious about halfway through the season. They had one called The Revolutionary War, where Sergeant Bilko decides to actually start to be a good soldier because he finds a diary that one of his ancestors served under George Washington. So in the middle of him actually trying to get a proper promotion and more authority, he starts to read the diary, and they have flashbacks of all the actors playing the men in the Revolutionary War, and discover that the agent Sergeant Bilko is also a terrible, cheating, lying scumbag who is trying to gamble more than anything else.
Love it.
He keeps telling Benedict Arnold a whole lot of things. They keep changing where the battle should be as to where he wants to vacation. They keep losing the war more. And then he decides to keep being a terrible soldier. But the goals were always about winning each other's money for gambling, trying to get as many furloughs as they can, trying to avoid work. It's a wonderfully lazy workplace comedy.
Well, and I think you have to have you kind of got to have balls to make your main character this as a soldier particularly, this unpatriotic, petty, and comical. And I gotta give him that.
And it helps because they're not at war. And they're not at
Right,
war.
exactly.
And they're in Kansas.
Nothing's at stake.
In the garage. Because he shows stability only in terms of his men, who are also cheaters and scumbags.
Losers, yeah.
I love an episode called The Confidence Men, where even though they've pulled a million cons the whole series, they get really upset when someone else cons their man. So he tries to con the Confidence Men by having a whole new persona to like trick them into losing even more of their money. And he keeps outsmarting their con by being one step ahead. And it's a really good show. I really enjoyed it. I don't always love army-based comedies. I actually don't like Hogan's Heroes. I do love MASH, but I think MASH is a different kind of story to tell. This is a really nice gem. I wish it was more available, because I think everyone would like it more.
I have one quick
of
thing
course.
to say that I also really, really enjoy Sergeant Bilko.
Oh, you saw the movie?
The movie?
Yeah, I've seen the movie
so
many times.
It's funny.
I've never seen it.
I went back on Wikipedia to just be like, this was a movie I remember, like, I think it was the funniest shit I've ever seen when I was maybe 9 or 10.
Yeah.
And apparently it received universally negative reviews and was not well received. I remember just thinking it was like the funniest shit I'd ever seen.
I'm guessing that was probably because people were used to like Steve Martin masterpieces.
Yeah.
And,
He was in a good run then.
Yeah.
And it's not that. It's
not,
very silly.
but it's really good, I think.
My 90s old TV adaptations I prefer, I liked Maverick. And I assume it doesn't hold up at all, but I did remember watching McHale's Navy a couple times.
Man, I don't even know what that is.
The TV show or the movie?
The movie. 90s adaptations of old TV shows.
I see.
All right, we're going
Maverick,
to that
I know holds
very
up.
specific category.
McHale's Navy, there's no way that holds up in the slightest. Anywho, the Bill Silver Show, a.k.a. Sergeant Bilko. I give this a 4.2. I dig it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I don't think I'm qualified to rate it, so...
Now you've seen one episode.
Yeah.
We did.
But if you ever want to watch more, it's a thing. But until then, this is episode 64.
Woo!
Woo!
And we're still alive.
Still alive.
Just keep...
Just doing
Podcasting.
great.
Hi, intern.
Hello.
how you doing?
Former intern.
So yeah, we got the intern who's right now, he's part of Bethany's base. We're trying to figure out ways to stop Bethany.
Yeah.
Pedro is looking for some artifacts. Lee is trying out some more names that could be Bethany's Rumpelstiltskin name. I think Adam's just going to push her into an oven, looks
Makes
like. But intern, and learn anything new? Anything going on in your end of the old gods area?
No, I'm waiting on you. Do you really think that anyone who's still listening to this part has never listened to this part
I
before?
don't. It's always someone's first episode.
Is it, though?
Is it?
I don't
That
know.
might not be true.
Just like to maybe remind us what we're doing.
Who are we?
Okay.
No, I have learned nothing. I've tried to keep my distance from Bethany as a good spy.
Oh, good. That's good.
Yes, but still, I do sometimes see her at what you might call the water cooler, and I say, hello. And she says, oh, hello. She's actually quite nice, but I hate her so much.
Oh, wow.
Wait, to be a good spy is to get away from the information?
No. Oh, no, I suppose not. Sarah!
Oh, yeah. So I was watching this movie, and I think I have a really good plan. So here's what we're going to do. So Bethany's all-powerful, right? And she's immortal, like us. But, just to, operate in the world...
to be fair, she's not like you.
Right. But, to, operate just, around... if you have a water cooler and stuff, you must start to buy it with something. And, even if you're a god, everybody likes gold, right? So here's the plan. Okay, so Bethany's got to have a big store of gold somewhere, right? Everybody's got a big store of gold. So let's say we call Bethany's big store of gold, say, Fort... It's like Fort Knox, but we'll call it with a B, so Fort Box. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get a whole bunch of gold for ourselves, all the gold that we can get, and then we're gonna sneak into Fort Box, and we're gonna blow it up. And by doing that, we will increase the value of our own gold. and then we will win, and she won't have any money, and then she'll be sad, and we can kill her.
Okay.
I've seen this one before.
I've got some notes.
What?
Are we gonna irradiate her gold?
I was thinking about that. I think that would be the best plan.
Is Bethany affected by radiation?
I have no idea. I guess we'll find out. That'd be a nice.
Fun fact: Goldfinger's on the list.
What?
Nothing. Okay, so but our reviews are powering her. Do we need to like nuke our own reviews?
No, my plan is entirely gold based.
Wait, I switched my plans.
I cannot count how many holes there are in your plan.
Wait.
Well, I mean, like I said, like the movie makes perfect sense. So I really think if we just watch it, like we'll understand it.
I want to change my plans. Can I get caught by her and pretend like I'm gonna die, and then she'll just tell me all of what her plans are?
Oh, that's also a really good.
If we're
plan.
doing
Get captured on purpose.
Yeah,
that's a great idea.
Yeah.
If we're doing this plan, that means intern is pussy galore.
Oh, absolutely.
I must be dreaming.
Which
I do
means
like that name.
which
you can
means
call me that.
if Pedro's
We
getting
can?
kidnapped on purpose,
Guys, did anyone miss that? Intern's name is Pussy Galore. The end.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
so to do Goldfinger, we have to.
What do you mean, do Goldfinger?
You mentioned you saw a movie at the beginning of your ramble.
It wasn't Goldfinger.
Oh boy. This is the gold rush.
The Gold Rush, yeah.
So Pedro's gonna have sex with the intern.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait.
No.
I mean,
Can I do it different though?
Yeah, it's a bit rapey in the movie.
It's a bit rapey. in the
let's
movie.
not do the rapey way.
Well, it'll be a...
It's
Let's
almost
not
Valentine's
do
Day.
anyway. I'm going to put the kibosh on this conversation.
So, okay, that's an option of how to defeat Bethany. Meanwhile, Pedro, have you found any more relics?
Well, cool thing. I found a little stone. I put it in the hilt. And
You said
then
You found another stone?
Well, yeah, the hilt like looks for stones. And
So
things.
there are two. How many holes are in this knife?
There's a few. Turns out one of them is actually like
Now you're bad at
a
numbers.
blowhole that I can blow into and make tunes.
I'm sorry, your
Found
knife
a
is now...
flute?
Yeah.
No,
It can
it's
play,
not
it
a
can play
flute.
tunes.
It's
I
an
was
ocarina?
messing around with it, and then
Is it an
like a big
ocarina?
map just like showed up on the wall.
Oh yeah.
And it had a big red X. And,
No,
and
no,
then,
there
and
was
then,
a-
and then
there
my
was a-
sword. It's getting longer.
There was a
it
flute.
flicked around and started
Thing.
pointing very particularly
Wait,
in a certain
wait.
direction. So I think I've got a quest that I need to go on. I need
Okay.
to find the place on the map, following the thing with the sword, and play the right tunes on it.
So, Lee, what were you saying?
There is a flute knife from Power Rangers.
Is that what you're going for here?
Or is this an ocarina from Zelda?
Maybe both. I don't know. I don't know what this Power Rangers used to be.
There's
I
a
didn't
flute
know
knife.
Bullshit!
Yeah, what?
You know what Power
No,
Rangers
I know what Power Rangers are. I had a Yellow Ranger shirt.
Wow, I have so many questions.
It was given to us for free when we saw the Power Rangers movie in theaters because I wanted to go real bad.
Christ. Okay,
Okay.
I'm going on a quest.
Wait. There's still more stuff. Lee, do you have any more names that could be Bethany's real name so we could Rumpelstiltskin her?
I was thinking to go along with the, monogram thing. Barbosa.
Okay.
I like
I
it.
do like that one.
That's a good one. And then again, to go with, a more mundane one, Paul.
Could be Paul.
Okay.
Could be
Could always
Paul.
You never know.
So we're gonna write these down. Don't worry, guys. This is all gonna pay off. I
This
promise.
would be great.
And it's gonna be so.
I do feel like her name might be just Bethany, but
Hey, we don't know.
we don't know. You never know.
We'll all find out when we try out these plans. But
In the meanwhile, I charge you all to continue your quests to destroy Bethany for me, and next week we will hear Austin's plan.
okay.
Your next number is 542. I was gone for a long time.
That was a real long time.
You know how most stories have like one quest? Got like 5 going on here at the same time.
Mine's an actual quest.
Yours is a quest. Hers is a Bond film.
What are you talking about?
These is a knowledge quest.
Yeah. Hers is just checking out baby names.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yours is just
That's
oven based.
It's kind of the final mission.
It's a
I
one-step
made.
oven based.
Yeah.
Okay. Anywho.
Yep, pretty straightforward.
Um, 542, guys. Let's open up our giant, heavy books of 1001 movies and stuff. Okay, here we go. This is a fun movie. This is The Discreet Charm of the Bourgeoisie by a director we've covered, Louis Therouel. We did the film Tristana a long time ago.
Oh,
And this is more like his weird-ass surreal ones. So this will be fun.
Nice.
The food is kangaroo.
Yes! I've
That's
always wanted
great.
kangaroo.
Wait, what?
The
We
food is
eat a
kangaroo.
kangaroo?
Yeah.
Alright, I mean, that's the thing we're gonna
Yep.
do, probably. What else we got here? Lee, what's the album?
The album is, again, somebody we've already covered, Echo and the Bunnymen with Ocean Rain.
What do we do with Echo?
It was Echo and the Bunnymen on episode 20 of our podcast, if you really like them. It was their album Crocodiles.
We reviewed that well.
Yes,
Alright.
we did.
What else we got here? Pedro, what's the song?
Ooh, the song is War Dance by Killing Joke.
That is a Batman comic.
Is it not? Killing Joke.
The Killing Joke.
It's real good.
Oh, Killing. Gotcha.
The children's book is James and the Giant Peach
Oh, yay.
by Roald Dahl.
Oh, shit.
This is our first Roald Dahl.
It is a first roll.
that's so sad. Yeah, it's really,
that's
really
a
good.
big one.
Are there lots of them?
And let's see here. See if the TV show's going to top that. The TV show is the Canadian sitcom Un Gars Un Filet.
Nope.
Guy.
Un gars, une fille.
B.
Yeah, I'm not going to find this one.
It's
So,
a guy, a girl is what it
Yeah.
translates to.
so next week, the most popular thing we're going to review is James the Giant Peach.
Yay!
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
My song.
You want to say your song's more popular?
I forgot what it is, but yes.
Jesus
I
Christ.
would say Kangaroo is fairly popular.
Actually, yeah,
People
kangaroo.
really
kangaroo
like
probably
people
does
really
it,
like
but
kangaroos.
To eat?
No one's eating a kangaroo.
I
Yeah.
would totally
Australians
like
eat a
kangaroo.
lot of kangaroo.
Yeah, I would do it.
There you go.
Okay. Well, come back next week. We're going to discuss weird Spanish films and kill off a beloved Australian animal.
Yay!
Yay! Until then, you can go to theartofmore.com, leave a comment on this episode. Let us know what you think of Charlie Chaplin and gross juice and other stuff. You know, the things we just talked about for an hour and 15 minutes.
Yep.
While you're there, you check out the other podcasts like Ad Absurdum, the super cool pop culture legal team, which I keep calling you guys.
Sure, we'll go with it.
This month they talked about all of the legal elements of Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. Turns out there are issues.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
It's not good for them. Like, they're gonna get sued a lot.
And over at Let's Take 5, we're now on our third week of our Stanley Kubrick 5, and tomorrow's episode is all about Doctor Strangelove. And I can't say too much about it, but we will actually have a bonus episode to come out this Saturday, which will have our biggest guest star by far, and that will be announced on Let's Take 5, and check it out. It'll be an interview in relation to Doctor Strangelove.
Yay!
And as usual, The Immortals at theartofmore.com, Twitter at TheImmortalsPod. I just tweeted a photo of this juice. That means it's up there. Check it out. YouTube, it's up. Things are up there. Listen that way if you want to. Not all the episodes are up there yet, but a lot of them.
We're gonna.
And yeah, join us next week for some cool stuff. I'm Austin.
I'm Adam.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Lee.
I'm Pedro.
Bye everyone.
Bye bye.
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 Bye.